A general rule of thumb for RVers is to chase temperatures around 70 degrees. And so, on a cold Northern California winter's morning, we packed up the RV and headed toward Arizona. If a warmer climate wasn't inviting enough, add to that a meetup with like-minded creators. In our last video, we shared some of our friends. The link is up here. And in this video, we'd like to invite you to the beautiful Ironwood forest to see some of its vast beauty. From the many Saguaro Cactus to ancient petroglyphs. Okay, let's go.
Our most generous host, Arizona Desert Adventures Steve, provided several of his local off-road vehicles to check out the nearby petroglyphs, dating back long before white men from Europe sailed to North America. And actually, among other things, Steve was a docent guide in the Ironwood National Monument, so we were treated to a behind-the-scenes tour with an insightful narration from the indigenous American tribes.
This is going to be.
Do you want us to get out and walk up there?
Are you saying that only because you're a little bit afraid?
Well, just a little bit leery. But
which hole do you take?
I spoke too soon about that.
Okay. Everybody say a prayer.
Look at that. It's like,
Hey, we made it through that rollover.
Glad we all had our seatbelts on.
So we met archaeologists if we were doing that work, and I asked one of them, I said, so why the petroglyphs? Why are they typically on mountaintops or on hilltops? And she said, well, think back, during those times the high ground was important to the Native Americans because you're looking for intrusion into your area. And so what they did was, they believe what they did was they put the young braves on the hilltops. So you're a young brave, you're assigned a hilltop, and you let the tribe know if anyone comes into the area. And so what do they have to do? Well, graffiti.
They're the ones that started graffiti.
Kilroy was here. Yeah. So you're sitting on a hilltop and they're thinking, well, I need something to do. So they would use, an arrowhead, a rock, an antler, whatever they had available to chip out pictures and rocks.
Had a lot of time to do it, and I guess
They did.
also kind of shows is, if you're kind of a scout and you want to be thought of as being brave, and the other youngsters, you're kind of trying to show your position in the tribe, it'd be a good way to say your contribution.
This be a trail.
Yeah, it looks like a map.
Yeah, a trail that somebody drew. This looks like a person to me, and I see this quite often. And sometimes it's almost like they're drawing a pregnant woman, because you'll see a stick figure, and then legs. But this one, almost like a woman is pregnant.
And Steve was telling us maybe you would have an antler or something else. You had plenty of time to do some carving when you're out here. You can see there's a person there. What do you make out of all of this? Lots of different geometric shapes, aren't there? And once somebody gets the good cherry spots there, you kind of have, okay, I'll work on this section over here. Could that be a sun god there?
oh yeah, it is definitely dug in.
Yeah, kind of some kind of unity ring. So here's a youngster, about 2 feet high. This is Saguaro. We're thinking it's about maybe 10 years old. Whereas this maybe about your age, some of you watching this. This is 40 years old, about approximately. And Steve was telling us about, if you look at these folds, is they'll take as much water as they can get. So when the rain is, they will swell out, and as the rain goes away for a year, it kind of comes back in. It uses as water. And so yeah, it's really a great design that God did for these fellas to make it through a season. And when they get to be about 80, 100 years or more, how would you know those? Because they're really tall? Well, not just that. Once they get these buds off the side of the arms, that's when they're actually of enough height to be as old as the old humans and more. Okay, I guess there's a well here where they used to get water out of, so we're going to go check it out. Let's go up Periscope.
All they did was put a car hood over it. You can see water down there in the bottom though.
Is that right? Well, let's go down Periscope.
You may never see your camera again, you know.
That's true.
You're a brave man.
I guess so. How far is it down to the water? 100 feet.
Yeah, I would say maybe 20 feet? 20 or 30 feet.
Okay.
You can just see the reflection.
It's okay.
Cheap rent for tonight if you want to stay there.
Keep you out of the road.
Veranderde street on an October clear night. She paints the sky.
Oh yeah, it just keeps getting better. Howdy, aloha. Here we are. Hey gang, how you doing? What an evening, huh? Hey, we got a fire going already. Hoo-hoo. Hey. Oh yeah. Man, that is the sunset of sunsets, isn't it? Holy schmoly. Okay, we are getting ready to leave. We're heading to the Rock House, which means what, Grace?
Otherwise, the Rockland Hotel, which is in SASCO, Arizona.
Marshall, are you going to be taking some video today?
I am. I'm going to be doing some video clips. I also brought the drone. I'm going to be
we didn't bring a drone. He's so clever. Okay, well off we go.
Off we go.
Desert Adventures, Wild Blue Yonders, la da da. Okay, Grace, we are here. Tell us about this lovely area.
This at one point was a hotel. It was called the Rockland Hotel, built in the early 1900s in a mining town that had copper. 248,000, I believe, tons of copper was pulled out of here in the 13-year time period that this town, which is now gone, it was pretty much demolished by the 1933 time period, but this is the remnants of what's left today.
Let me go ahead and kind of just do a little poke through here and see what we've got. Howdy. Fellow YouTubers here getting our footage. Boy, these walls were definitely solid. Look at that.
Michael?
Wanna go over there for a minute?
Okay.
That's what we do.
Okay.
You have an appendage.
I do. I have something sticking out of me there. Here, I better hide it.
Across Indians.
Right.
Lucky, that's right. Lucky shirt.
Okay, y'all, it's a rock band. Do your rock pose.
Oh wait, there's more. She's got the cannon out. Be careful.
Don't drop it. I'd be happy to take a picture for you if you want to get in there too.
Okay. Thank you.
She's not HDR mode apparently. I only heard a single click. It's not. She's not in machine gun mode.
All right.
I heard it. Thank you.
In 1903, Murphy and his chief engineer, William Field Staunton, purchased the Union Mine and the Mammoth Mine in the Silver Bell Mountains. This site here processed the ore, so they built a railroad. They started a small railroad company, and they railroaded ore from the mine to here, and then they also connected to Union Pacific down at Red Rock.
Oh.
So that's how they got their material. There were about 600 miners, you know,
Wow.
and support people that worked out here in this area.
Man.
So they had a post office, they had a jail.
I swear I didn't do it. I'm not guilty. Let me out.
That's what they all say.
Let me out. I'm innocent.
These are nice accommodations, ma'am. They're nice and cool in here until it gets hot.
Oh, I just know you want to frisk me. That's what you want to do.
Shh, shh, shh.
They had the Rockland Hotel, they had a number of other buildings around here, and it all closed up and was razed and, you know, knocked to the ground in 1933. Where the powerhouse was.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have all these corridors underneath where they would have run cabling and electric lines.
Yeah, look at all these rooms here. You wonder if a cable went through there? Pipe, probably. I can see where people that do airsoft, they would love to use something like this for having all these different places where you can stick your head and your weapon out and bing bing. You can see like, hey, anybody there?
Like so many other towns, during the winter of 1918 and 1919, the Spanish flu spread to SASCO and devastated it. Most of the graves in the SASCO cemetery with plain concrete headstones represent victims from the pandemic.
This is a jumping cactus, Cholla cactus, and you can see they're segmented. So if you brush up against them, they'll grab onto you, and see how they fall. Each one that falls can establish a new plant. But you know, we used to call them jumping cactus when I was a kid. And they have microscopic barbs, so when they embed in your skin, they're pretty hard to get out.
Oh, I'll try not to let that happen.
The best way to get them off is with a comb, because you can't pull them off, obviously, but they're pretty wicked.
Thank you all very much for being here. I just want to say really quick before everyone heads in for the night that we really appreciate you all being here and adding to the atmosphere, creating these good vibes we've been having these last few days here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument here in Arizona. 2023, it's been a blast. I'd like to give a special thank you to Steve and Oki for all of the giving us water, feeding us all the amazing cookies that we had. It has been so great, and just really feel blessed to have you.
And Steve, good cooking, man.
Yes, and the hamburgers. And the rides.
And the rides. The hamburgers were great. All the food. that you all provided and just everything you all did.
We enjoyed it.
Well,
here's to making memories. Cheers.
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 Happy days.
Come back next
Salute.
year for the
We'll be
third
back
annual
next year.
meetup. Yep. We're gonna do this all again if everybody wants to.
So we do have a team that works on this. So Marshall's done a lot of work.
Yep.
And so
Thank you to Marshall, by the way.
as
Thanks
well.
for all the work he's done.
Well, we thank you very much for hosting and for having us.
Yes.
And we got a hookup next year for the wood ahead of time.
I've got the
business card,
so
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
make a note to get that set up.
Yep. And just a couple other little small things I would like to say. Thank you to Greg of Fit for Exhibition Fun Seekers and Ron of Ron Sees America for also helping get this meetup organized, inviting people, and being here to help create this wonderful atmosphere. Thank you to Gracie for helping with the wood, finding the wood, and her channel is Gracie and Jock's Adventures. So be sure to check those channels out. We'll get those linked in the description of these videos, wherever they're going to be posted, probably YouTube. So everyone enjoy the fire, and thank you for a beautiful time here at this meetup.
Yay!
Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Folks.